What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. We need an expert. We need an expert. We need an expert hour.
Welcome to Expert Hour. Very excited about our expert this week. He's here to talk to us about the limits of the human body. Please welcome Thierry Henry. Am I saying that right?
Henry.
Henry?
Actually, yes, you pronounce. No, I am not the footballer by the same name. No. I am actually the artistic director of Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, wow.
I know we are not supposed to talk about inside baseball, but a little bit of shop talk I hope is okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, we usually, that rule just like kind of only applies to comedy, but so, you know, circus we'll talk about.
There is very much comedy in the many productions of Cirque du Soleil.
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
It's sort of a different kind of comedy, but yeah.
Oui, yeah. Perhaps you have not seen.
You know what? It's been a really long time since I've seen
Which did you see? Did you see Ka? That was the one about fire.
You know what? I think it's been maybe 20 years since I've seen it. I don't remember.
Did you see Zumanity?
I think I think that was the one I saw.
Zumanity is the psychosexual journey through...
No, I missed that one. I saw one that was like kind of Asian themed and there were people sliding off a giant platform.
Yes.
I forget the name of that one.
This is 40 where they go to see it, but I've never seen.
It's pretty cool because, they have speakers in the chairs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You saw Kuza.
Yes.
And of course, in that famous film, it was Zaya.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Which production or productions do you work with?
Well, I am, as I mentioned, the artistic director, so I have my hand in all of the pies. Right now, we are working on it is called Airbud.
Really?
Airbud?
Yes, it is about the film Airbud. It was a movie in the mid-1990s.
Yeah, the dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
The dog playing basketball.
Right. It shows that the body is capable of performing magnificent tricks we knew not imaginable, if you understand.
Wow. So, okay, well, I know that Cirque du Soleil, like their whole thing is they don't use animals. So how are you going to...
No. We don't know. No, I agree. We do not use
okay. So how are you going to demonstrate, like, it's going to be people playing... I'll tell you what I'm picturing.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm picturing like a bunch of people sort of assembled to create a giant golden retriever and then one person in orange is like a basketball.
You have correctly predicted the stage.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
This is it. So imagine the layers which we're talking about today, the limits of the human body. It is so wonderful, so impossible that a golden retriever play basketball. But isn't not so much more impossible that three men play a golden retriever and yet another a basketball and another two people are a hoop.
Wow. Yeah.
That sounds beautiful too.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the limits of the human body. I mean, I imagine as artistic director of Cirque du Soleil, you probably, you know what the limits are. Have you ever sort of like wanted to do something on stage and then realized, no, the human body won't do that?
No. That is not a limitation. There are no limitations to the human body. The answer always is to add more human bodies. If one cannot do it, 2 can, 3 can, 4 can.
Yeah.
Name a physical impossibility.
Bending backwards from the middle of your body.
A person wearing all black from the face up, full black face, not in the racist way. Another person wearing all black on the bottom. They bend backwards. Boom. It looks like they're coming backwards at a 90-degree angle. 2 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That works. What about like flying? Like a human can't just fly.
Well, this is really very much relevant to the newest production, the next one we are making, which is called Airbud Golden Receiver. It expresses that a human, or in this case, a golden retriever, can fly in the air and catch a long bomb from a quarterback throwing 60 yards downfield. It is incredibly impressive. I know you are not much of a football guy, but believe me, we are bringing it to life in a spectacular way.
So that's a separate show from Airbud.
Yes.
Shouldn't you wait until the first one's a success?
We have assumed the success of the first Airbud show.
I think you can assume that. It sounds like a hit.
We actually have 14 new productions coming up.
Oh, would you like me to name them all?
Yes. That sounds like the thing I want.
Airbud World Pop, Airbud 17-inning Fetch, Airbud Spikes Back, Air Buddies, Snow Buddies, space buddies, Santa buddies, spooky buddies, treasure buddies, super buddies, the search for Santa Paws, and Santa Paws 2, the Santa Pups.
Wait, so
How did they get Spike back in that other one?
Which are you referring to?
Spike's back.
Spike is back.
I think it's Spike back, like the football movie.
I
Spike.
thought they were like-
Yes. The fifth production, Air Bud Spikes Back, where Buddy, the
see.
dog, tackles volleyball, actually.
do you have a single production coming up that's not related to the Air Bud franchise? Or
Not in the next 23 years.
wow,
That is
So-
the coming down the pipeline.
So it sounds like you have one show for every single release of the Air Bud franchise.
What we have considered is what is Cirque du Soleil expressing up until this point, stretching the limits of our imaginations, of anything we thought possible, of sexuality, of things like this. And what expresses those things better than anything else but the series of Air Bud? No.
I mean, okay. I feel like I've seen some art in my life in the last decade or so but you know what? I haven't seen all of these Air Bud movies, so I don't know.
Oh, so you do not even know the plots?
No.
I mean,
Well, teenager Josh Fram's mother, Jackie, has just married her veterinarian boyfriend, Patrick Sullivan. Josh and his best friend, Tom Stewart, have just made their school soccer team when the coach reveals that the team will become co-ed. Josh meets Emma, an attractive girl who has just moved with her family from England. That's interesting. And not only will she be playing on a soccer team, but she also has a golden retriever named Molly. Now there are 2 golden retrievers in one show. How is that possible? We have already used 3 of our finest acrobats to be one golden retriever. How could we possibly have another one? The answer is 3 more acrobats.
That was going to be my guess, but I wasn't given time to guess. So how much of the plot of the movies themselves are you going to be incorporating into the show?
Well, in this same one, Air Bud, which one is this? Air Bud World Pop, our third one. I did not even get to the end, where the villain is a man who wants to capture puppies and sell them for whippets, which is a real thing that happens.
Sell them for whippets?
Yes, that is correct. That is the plot of Air Bud World Pop. The villain wants to get a bunch of whippets and get high as shit.
That sounds wrong.
That doesn't sound
I think
likely.
there must be another description for what whippets are.
No, I am familiar. We are creating it. It is my production.
This is the plot that you're doing.
Yes, it is also, to the best of my knowledge, the plot of the film. But in mine, yes, you'll be taking a lot of whipped cream canisters, removing the cream itself, and just inhaling the wonderful drugs.
That sounds fucking crazy.
are you sort of sticking to the aesthetic of the films, or are you sort of elevating it, or deconstructing it a little bit?
I do not understand how one could elevate the aesthetics of the Air Bud franchise. There is a reason Don Knotts chose Air Buddies to be the final film he ever made before he died.
Yeah.
I don't think he chose that knowing he was going to die.
He made that film and said, I am at peace now. I've completed my entire career.
On his final day of filming, he just closed his eyes and he was dead.
Well, I'm sure you have all seen Air Buddies, no?
I actually haven't.
I saw part of it.
We hear the narration. There you go. We hear the narration of Don Knotts. We see the human Don Knotts sitting, whittling, and then we pan down and see that it is actually an old dog with the voice of Don Knotts, and the human Don Knotts is incidental to the plot. That Don Knotts is a dog.
Wow, what a
the
reveal.
entire time.
How are you going to sort of work that into the live show?
Okay. So we will have 3 humans to play the human Don Knotts.
Okay.
It stretches the limit of what is physically possible to play Don Knotts, such a master of physical choice. We need 3 humans to play Don Knotts.
I mean, that really speaks to his sort of enduring legacy more than anything else. Here's a question.
Okay.
Speaking of the limits of the human body, Cirque du Soleil is usually, I don't remember a lot of talking in it because it has to be sort of enjoyable by people who speak many different languages, and the acrobats don't.
So physical.
We are not all in Montreal.
Yeah. So how are you, I mean, I imagine there's a lot of talking in the Air Bud movies. Like, how else would you sort of elucidate the concept of, like, there's nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball? So how are you going to sort of overcome that
Well,
that limitation.
Let me show you right now. I will present you, without words, the first 30 seconds of our Airbud Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
Okay. Well, are you going to do the...
I'm starting.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Are we allowed to talk during?
Do you feel the need to talk?
I mean, it's just dead airtime. It's
Lisa,
a little.
shut up.
Sorry.
I'm watching.
It's really beautiful.
It really is.
Do you guys mind if I cry?
No,
No,
go
go
for
ahead.
it.
And scene. I hope you are fully explained how we tackle these problems.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can really tell a story just with your
With the
movements.
human body.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah. There are no limitations to the human body. So,
did you know that was actually 3 people playing me in that moment?
Wow.
whoa.
Yes, I have 2 friends here. Patrick. This is Ramon.
Oh,
Hello. Welcome to the podcast.
I didn't notice them because they were wearing the other type of blackface.
yeah.
Yes,
They're just fading into my walls.
We hire from all circles. It does not matter your background, your beliefs. It is just whether you can move.
Yeah.
That's all that is important.
So let's talk about Cirque du Soleil's sort of non-Airbud shows that it has going on right now. Are those going to continue, or is the slate going to gradually be replaced by all Airbud shows?
No, our most successful shows will, of course, continue. There may be small edits. We may include some of the Santa buddies in our existing shows. But they will be so smooth, the transition, you will not even notice the difference. I can assure you that.
Okay, good. I mean, because I'm sort of attached to the shows as is, even though I haven't seen
Even
them.
you haven't seen one in 20 years. You are very much attached.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good,
Lisa, have you ever seen a Cirque du Soleil show?
Yes, I've seen a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the last one I saw was probably.
You do not remember. It was the Japan one.
Yeah. I mean, it was like 7 years ago, but it was really good.
I do not mean to be so passive aggressive, but you are attacking me with your questions, and yet you know nothing about what it is that I'm doing. You've seen the Japan one. You saw something 20 years ago. You do not know the direction that people are going in when they come to the theater, what they wish to experience. What they wish to experience is several men playing a dog. And that is all they wish to experience.
Hey, I respect that.
Was there ever a moment when you thought, like, hey, maybe we should just sort of combine all of the Airbud shows into one?
That was a concept, yes. But then we realized how long is this Cirque du Soleil show? What, perhaps 2.5 hours at max?
Yeah.
How could I possibly get 14 different complete narratives done in that amount of time? I don't know who is buying whippets and who is trying to keep Santa from giving gifts, who will try to stop the puppies from going to space for some reason. It's very complicated.
Mm-hmm. So, if the show itself is 2.5 hours, but the Airbud movies are maybe, I want to say, they can't be longer than
90 minutes.
45, maybe,
Wait.
Where's that extra hour coming from? Like,
I will show you that hour, right?
we actually don't have time for
no?
a full hour of the show.
Fair enough. Enough.
But it's just sort of like added in like your own at your discretion.
Yes, I have editorialized a bit about, sorry, my English is only so, what I imagine Airbud might be if I were to self-insert. Mm-hmm. This is what you call. I have become a character in all of the Airbuds.
You have.
That's right.
The character of Thierry Henry.
Thierry, yes.
Thierry.
That's right.
So what is his role in these stories?
I am a grumpy curmudgeon.
Okay.
I always say, you cannot do that, Mr. Dog. And the dog proves me wrong once and every time.
You call him Mr. Dog and not Airbud?
No. Airbud is a term of affection given by his teammates in the various sports.
Oh.
I do not think he can take air. He is nothing but a bud, and he is no bud of mine. No, he is Mr. Dog.
That's like kind of big of you to put yourself in this role of sort of like the bad guy. Because I think a lot of times when people write roles for themselves, they want to be the good guy.
No. Everyone wants to be the juiciest character. The juiciest character without fail is the bad guy.
The Jewishest?
Well, yes, incidentally, the most Jewish character is often the bad guy, but no, juiciest character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess I could see that. Can you talk a little bit about the audition process for the performers in the show? Like, what is it?
Yes.
What does it take?
I asked them, are you a blatant and overt racist? If they say no, they are in for sure. If they say yes, they must pass additional tests. That is how Patrick and Ramon got on, and they are clearly. I don't know what that hand signal even particularly means, but I feel that it is an affront to Asian people in one way or another. They had to show that they could do what is known as the super pretzel salted pretzel. It is the most difficult form a human being could take. That is becoming some sort of super pretzel with salt.
Wow.
You are familiar, super pretzel, yes?
Not really. Could
Frozen pretzel brand.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Yes, they are good in the truly magnificent human form.
Wow.
I mean, that sounds like a good test, I guess.
Yeah.
Are there any performers in the show who are like not acrobats who have some kind of other skill?
Oh, of course. Some are more acrobatic than others. They almost have some amount of physical experience, of course. But we have clowns. So it's a joyous time. I mentioned comedy earlier. There are always clowns. They are bringing mirth to the audience. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the clown might take out a bucket, right?
A bucket.
Okay.
A bucket?
It's a bucket.
Oh.
I do not think I'm being that difficult to understand. He takes out the bucket and he fills with whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Like for the whippets.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is where we take out the whipped cream for the evil character to later do whippets. But someone is taking a fall into that bucket of whipped cream. You will never guess who it is. It is Air Bud, the character Air Bud.
I might have guessed that, but once again, I was not given proper time. Can I ask, was there ever any sort of pushback from the rest of the administration at Cirque du Soleil against the direction you've been taking the show?
There was very much pushback. I suppose if it did not have a 51% stake in the company, no one would have permitted me to do this. They said that is a marginal film franchise. People only ever saw the first one, maybe the second one, but now there are 14 movies and no one has seen any of them. And I said, you are unaware. People have Netflix. They spend all night cry. They watch the movies. They have seen all 14. And so I fire most of the board. I recruit only people who are willing to work with me. That is why we have these people in the blackface right here.
Yep.
They could do
And
the
again,
pretzel.
let's clarify, it's just a black bodysuit. There's no blackface involved. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's clarify that.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's under the black.
That's true. I guess that's fair. Anyone wearing a mask could also be wearing blackface underneath the mask.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because like a lot of the sequels are sort of like straight to DVD. I think maybe all of them are straight to DVD.
I believe Airbud Golden Receiver may have received a limited theatrical release.
But I feel like everyone since then is sort of like a bargain bin type movie.
That is correct, yes.
Is there going to be the sort of the equivalent for this theatrical release of your thing, where the movies go out there?
Regarding
like budget wise, they're less. And
Like
everything?
some of them will be in Vegas and then
Well,
some of them will just be at
in
like high
Branson,
schools.
Missouri,
Yeah.
and high schools.
Yeah.
we
stuff like
couldn't
that.
we couldn't nail down Branson. There has been a bit of a hit to the budget ever since the company quit. So it is mostly me and a GoFundMe.com I have created to generate more buzz for the new Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we have raised $6,020 for the 14 productions.
What's the goal?
3.5 million per
Wow.
production.
Wow.
So we are a little bit short at the moment.
Got a little ways to go.
Yeah, just a ways to go. I know you are being rude to me right now. You think just because I'm French Canadian, I cannot understand, but I can understand. This has been a crushing failure for me, and I do not wish for you to rub it in. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So to answer your question, yes, we will. It turns out be using real dogs for the performance because we could not afford the 3 actors beyond the very first one.
Oh.
I've been talking out of my little butthole up until this point. It is my dream to have the people play everything, but we will use real dogs to play all the parts, including the human roles.
Where do you keep the dogs?
Okay, so right now the plays are being performed in the back of a van. Do you understand?
Yes.
And the dogs are also going to be kept in the back of that van.
Wait, so you said you had dogs also playing the human roles?
Yes. They do not have actors' equity minimum wage. They just have to be fed. They have to be pet. I'm not abusing dogs. I love dogs. I have so many dogs to play so many roles. I mean,
Okay, I feel like I have reached the limit of the human body's ability to engage in this
took
interview.
A turn.
We are running out of time, so I guess we should probably sort of wrap up. And I guess if people want to donate to your GoFundMe, how do they find it?
They would find it in Los Angeles at the UCB Theater on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock p.m. They go to a show called Cardinal Redbird. I will be in the corner there accepting donations. So please come.
Wow.
All right, that's a pretty easy spot. Thank you so much for being here. It's time now for What Did I Learn?